Hello everyone, welcome back to VOWIAS. So in the test one, there is this question on the local bodies. Generally, if you see the mains every year, you will definitely find a question on this local bodies. Maybe it might be directly on Panchayat Raj institutions or the Nagar Palikas. So question can be anything. But we have to be ready. We have to be ready. So this is an important topic. So that's why we want to discuss it separately. Okay. So the 73rd, 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, if you see, so they were passed in 1993, giving these local bodies the constitutional status. But if you see, there are a lot of issues. A fully functional local self body is very much important in a diverse democracy like India, because they will ensure that the policies are reached to the people. They will ensure that the governance reaches the grassroots level. So that's why the power devolution under the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act is very important. So if you see, here it is clearly given with regarding to this devolution of power. All the states are required to have panchayats at village, intermediate and district levels. The devolution of function according to the 11th and 12th schedule. And yeah, if there is a question on 73rd, 74th Amendment Act, these articles, Article 243G, 243W, that should definitely come in your answer. And also, you should be writing this 11th and 12th schedule as well. So they should definitely come in your answer, because these are the facts that will fetch you that extra mark. Okay. So this is the thing. And also devolution of financial powers with regarding to creation of this State Finance Commission, the district planning committees for the planning, and all of these things. But you also have to write other issues, the issues of funds, functions, functionaries, that have to be clearly written with some facts. You should also write the contributions that they have made during the COVID. So in short, what you should have a good introduction. You should have their contribution or the contribution that they have made during pandemic. You should know the issues that they are facing. All these things have to be there on your fingertips while you are writing an answer. Okay. So the major issues, if you see, the major issues are the funds, functions, functionary issues. These are the major issues. They also have these issues with regarding to the setting up of the finance commission. They have the issues with regarding to these human resource, especially. Okay, the staff are, so sufficient staff are not there. They have the infrastructural issues. All of these things have to come in your answer. So here I have given an introduction. So this introduction you can use in your answers. Local bodies are the constitutional bodies that form an important pillar of grassroots level democracy. They ensure participative governance, accountability and transparency in the system. So these words, keywords, participative governance, accountability, transparency, these will fetch you that extra mark. These will definitely fetch you that extra mark. So write all of these things in your answer. Okay. And a few other facts also you can have. So what are the facts? So if you see, the revenue generation by the local bodies is just 5%. It's very less, 5%. But if you see in countries like Brazil and Germany, 40% of the revenue is generated by these local bodies. So this revenue generation is very important, because only then they will have that independence in decision making and all, right? So this is the thing. And also, what is the role during COVID? They played a great role during COVID. They played a role in the disease control. You can see sanitizing villages, spread of information, the contact tracing. So here you can write the example how Rajasthan panchayats have used WhatsApp for dissemination of information. Next, even in the governance issue, in the governance aspect, during COVID, they have played a role, especially this village secretariat system in Andhra Pradesh. That is an example we can write. Social security, example, the livelihoods, benefits, example, Kudumbashri. The vulnerable sections are migrants, and also the health management. So all of these things we can just write. And there are also these major issues which you definitely have to remember and write. So we have discussed about funds, functions and functionaries just now. So specific issues, if you see, the delay in completion of projects because of the excessive bureaucracy, because the bureaucrats, they don't want to devolve or they don't want to give away their powers. The reluctancy to levy taxes, that is also there, reluctancy to levy taxes. And just now we have seen 5%, less than 5% of revenue is generated by the local bodies. 95% they are dependent on the states. Also, too much of centralization is another issue. A real-time MIS based implementation. So this has left the representatives with no role because everything is more centralized. There is increase in migration. There is migration. So local expenditure is just 2% of GDP compared with the OECD's 14%. This is also there. The mirage of gender caste empowerment and this Pati Panchayat and proxy representations. So these are very important. You have to mention these things. These are very important. Okay. So this is how you can have this. You can write this answer. You can have all of these points. Right. I would suggest to make a note of all of these important points in your notes and revise them well, so that in the exam, if there's a question, you will have a standard introduction. You will have ready-made points and data which you can use it directly. This will give you that extra edge. This will also save time for you in the exam. Okay, so that's it for the day. Tomorrow we will meet with some other topic. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.